Hey everyone, it's Jeff, and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing we're trying to do, we're playing Ironroot Warlord or Woodland Warlord, between Woodland Champion and Ironroot Warlord. So someone submitted this in the comments. That's my favorite way to build a deck, is someone just says, "Hey, build this card, and this card," and have at it. That's like, oh man, that's my favorite way to brew. And so if you guys have any like card combinations that I don't know about, throw those in. It's a lot easier for me to see than a full deck list. Anyway, so Ironroot Warlord. 3 mana cost. It's a 0/5, but its power is equal to the number of creatures that you control. So that can be pretty powerful. That can be very, very powerful for a 3 mana card. It can be a 10/5 pretty easily with this deck, or a Woodland Champion getting a counter every time a token enters the battlefield, and that's any token. That could be treasure tokens, anything. And then you put plus and plus and counters onto Woodland Champion, and it can be a 10/10 for 2 mana. And so we're trying to build these guys up, similar with Shauna. And there's a reason why these decks sometimes didn't work as well in the past, and it's because like Shauna was one of those that you tried to make it work, but a Cry of the Canarium would come out, wipe your entire board, and Shauna would also die because it would go down to 0, not having any other creatures. And so it was just too big of a downside. But now with our Woodland Champions and our Ironroot Warlord, they still survive against a lot of the early game board wipes. So we can get in with enough damage early game to hopefully close it out later on. And so we do have to dodge the bigger board wipes on turn 5, turn 6. And that's why we have our Unbreakable Formations, are sure to kind of save the one things that we need here and there, and also just ways to maybe bump up our team to dodge the Cry of the Canariums or stuff like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay and see how this one does for us. I think this is a really fun one, lots of synergy, too many cards to really jump into right now, but the deck list is always down in the description below. It's the very last link I have at the very bottom, so you always know where it's at. Anyway, let's go ahead, get into the gameplay, see how it goes, and wish me luck. All right, up against Prometheus. Bring it on, Prometheus. And yeah, this looks good. This looks great. I like the Dawn of Hope here. We do have quite a bit of life gain synergies. A lot of the tokens that we create will be able to gain life, but not all of our tokens. And so it's a little bit awkward, but it also is just a way to kind of stay in the game late game to make sure that we have a card advantage engine. So we have 2 of them. I did not want to be finding both of those right now. Let's go ahead and just fill up our board. If we find an Ironroot, we're going to be able to have him come down as a 3/5 for 3 mana. That's not bad. Not too shabby at all. All right, Mardu. Hero of Precinct 1. Okay, that's fine. I think what we do... I kind of just want to get out this Johnny the Great-Hearted, so let's go ahead and bring this down with counters. Just kind of build our board up, no attacks, pass the turn. Now we have a blocker here. We're going to make tokens, so if they are playing like the Priest of the Forgotten Gods with this as well. Okay, Cruel Celebrant. So that is an issue for us, especially if they go wide enough, but we'll hopefully be able to gain enough life it won't matter. All right, so it looks like they might have the shock. Let's see here. Do we go for just another Night of Autumn? I feel like it's going to be nice to have later on. So let's go ahead with the 4/5. So is this just a shock and they're holding up the human is the question. Let's just say no attacks. The fact that they spent life on that means that there's something. Are they just going to sack like a Saproling or whatever? They could also have like a fungal infection. Okay, Carnival, that's fine. It's not great because they get to grow their board a lot, but that's fine. This Cruel Celebrant being out so early is bad. We don't have a ton of removal. We're kind of... Our game plan is to kind of go wide enough that we can beat them. And we'd love to draw something else. Another land would be amazing. Let's just go for another Night of Autumn, though. I think we can go ahead and gain life. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and play the Night of Autumn. Make another 4/3, pass the turn. March of the Multitudes will be great if we get the chance to... I'd like to make it a little bit bigger. I'd like to have some value too. Oh, that's bad. Man, we just have not been able to do enough stuff. They have so many creatures to swing in with here. And the issue is with Judith that they can... These are not... It's only when non-token creatures die. So we can block all of these guys at least all day long. All right, Johnny. Do we want to put counters on things, or do we want to just... Let's go ahead and put counters on everything.
We were not destined.
Pass the turn. I kind of wanted to keep him alive, make sure he stayed alive. They might be swinging in more aggressively against him now since they're already so wide here. Ingress, Rampage, sacrifice, what? Planeswalker? Yep, that's fine. All right, well, then we at least got more value out of him, so that's fine. All right, we sacrifice something, go down to 18. Makes us discard 2 cards. Double Dawn of Hope. It's so bad, but we got to keep this March of the Multitudes. It's the way that we come back with all of these guys here. Sweet. All right, we're fine with this. All right, so we will lose. Let's see here. So Cruel Celebrant's going to hit us a lot. Judith actually doesn't trigger with these ones. So let's go ahead and get rid of as many as we can. We do lose the Sapperling, which means that we lose an extra token there. But it's less damage coming out our face. It's only 4. And if we can get enough mana to make this March of Multitudes awesome, that'd be great too. So pass to my turn. All right, that's another land. We also can just create a token here. So let's pass the turn. Hopefully we can draw better than them. That is the dream. All right, they also find land. We're just going to create a token. Doesn't have lifelink, does it? No, it doesn't. All right, pass the turn. This turn, we're going to do the March of the Multitudes. Creating all the lifelinkers will be really helpful. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 7, X7 is what we're going for here. All right. Ooh, Tender Shoot Dryad is also pretty nice. No attacks, pass the turn. I guess I should be swinging in with this massive dude, huh? I'm not saying good game. I guess this is the thing too, is that we also want to be... So all of our life linkers onto this person, and that way we gain enough life that hopefully we can just finish this off. So yeah. So up to 18 before any triggers happen. They get to kill our Tender Shoot Dryad this way. And maybe some of these other guys, but we should be able to finish out the game. Like, our opponent's hitting themselves, yeah. All right, good game. I really did not think we were going to be able to come back from there. That's why you stay in the game a little bit longer. Because you never know. Our opponent's going to let us actually finish the game out. I should have played that beforehand for the Ironroot Warlord, but still had him, so that's good. Whew, all right. Man, that actually that played out pretty well. I thought for sure they had too much of a board for us to deal with. And I don't think they could have played any more aggressively than they did. They kind of I think they misplayed with the swinging with the tokens. I think they thought they were going to get the Judith triggers there. So that was good. All right, up against Feeny. What's that from? Feeny. Anyway, all right, this is good. Raise the alarm, double Ironroot Warlord, which will become 4/5s. That's great for turn 3, turn 4. Tristani Discordant to help out on the top end, and that's a great turn 1 play. Or land. So that means we don't get to play this. Remember, don't play the Sunpearl Groves. I'll probably forget even after saying it right now, because that's how I work. All right, play the Plains, pass the turn. We could also play the Dawn of Hope, but Dawn of Hope again is more of a late game finisher for us. You don't typically see white and not have things on the board. All right, so raise the alarm. There we go. So we get a Johnny on the next turn too. That would be great. All right, so Ironroot Warlord. Death Sprout. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. Swing it in. Down to 18, pass the turn. So next turn, I'm not sure if we go for a Johnny right away. This does give everything vigilance, right? That can be decent. The Ironroot Warlord can actually block and kill all these forests, though. Alright, swings in. Down to 17. The other nice thing, too, I really don't know what's the best play here. Amara. Maybe just Amara and Dawn of Hope. A Johnny can swing at Nissa, killing Incubation Druid now. But then we probably just lose a Johnny. No, they have Vigilance. Yeah, okay, we do this. All right, so a Johnny. Swing at Nissa. Down to 2, pass the turn. They're going to get 2 forests out, so they can swing both at a Johnny. And we'd like to find land for Tristani. That would be great. We'd like them to not play something like Liliana. That would be amazing. That's when, like, life is perfect. Dang it. All right, Llanowar. Sacrifice. Yup. Just gets rid of his Lannies. Nissus takes up. And, oh man, I don't know what we do about that. I feel like we had a really fast start. They had the Death Sprout, and they've had tons of mana ramp. And I mean, we did what we could, but I'm not sure if we could have played that any better at this point. That was just a little bit insane. I don't know why they didn't swing in first. I kind of want to see if they have any other kind of combo, or if it's just like this insane value engine that they have going on already. I guess just Dawn of Hope and Amara. Amara can kill anything that's annoying. They get to create tokens. They get to create 3/3s every turn. Verasa comes in. Yeah, we're gonna be done now. All right, that's enough. Oh, that was rough. All right, up against Gline. Bring it on, Gliney. And I mean, dude, we've had some amazing hands. This is exactly what we're going for. It just comes down to, do they have the answers that destroy us? You know, so but this is a very aggressive start and should be good. Ooh, and an Amara. Amara's good. If is good. All right, gain some lives. All right, Rakdos. Rakdos might change up a little bit of how we play this. All right, down to 20. We can flash in the Raise the Alarm and kill this guy. Mara. Yeah, let's just do that. Pass the turn. I'm just worried they might have a shock of some sort here in response to the swinging in. All right, Mayhem Deville. All right, Raise the Alarm. Double block. Take 2 to the face, that's fine. No sacrificing for you, my brother. And then let's just go for the blocker for the Mayhem Devil. We would like to be able to just hit land and maybe like Spore Swarm. And these all sacrifice at the end. So these both sacrifice at the end, and so he actually would kill the Ironroot Warlord. So let's just go ahead and kill one of these guys. One less sacrifice trigger. We do take a lot more damage from Mayhem Devil, but we keep our Warlord out, and so that's gooder. for us. Oh, we're close to being able to just kill the Chandra here too. Not quite. If we hit the land, we would have been able to with Spore Swarm. All right, so another Warlord. Swing at Chandri.
Well, that's rude. Hey, these little guys are great.
Legion War Boss. Yep. Dude, they're going wide so fast. This is rough. We're just going to take our beats for a turn. Kill the guy that's going to stay around. He gets 2 more triggers off of these guys now, though. So we go down to 6. And, man, if we were hitting lands, this would be okay. But this is not going well. Not too swell for sure. All right, so Sapling Migration and Imara or just Spore Swarm. I'm thinking just Spore Swarm. All right, let's swing at Chandra. If they want to trade the War Boss, that's totally fine. All right, so let's it through.
Walk it off, Chandra.
And let's pass the turn. Another one. I was worried that that might be the case. But the Spore Swarm can at least kill the Legion War Boss. Actually, I'm not sure if they'll swing in with him.
You guys are great.
Taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. These guys are going to die anyway. Do we just block the 2? Yeah, I guess we just do that. Oh, has the shock. Keeps the War Boss alive. All right. Down to 4. We can create some life linkers as well. Let's just play Imara. Man, we'd love to get the Tristani out here. Sapperling. And I guess we could have gone in digging for a land there. Alright, so kill Chandra. Hopefully they don't have burn in hand.
Time to sleep for a week.
We actually had to kill Chandra so they didn't get the shock as well. So, I mean, there's Rekindling Phoenix. Okay. So we have to find some ways to gain life. Like immediately. But I can play March of the Multitudes to swing in for 1. It might be the only way that we survive even. Oh, do we have to do that just to survive? All right, what else can we play? Tristani doesn't do it because we don't get enough life. So this is the only way that we stay alive. So X1. We get a tap down, we get another life linker this way. Ah, man. All right, so we can pay 2 Tristani, make these guys bigger, end up gaining life back anyway. So I guess this is okay. It's just really terrifying, but we have to swing in with the life linkers regardless. We swing in with Imara as well. I mean, they have to block to not be dead. Right? We have the Flourish for next turn to kind of finish the game out as well. We kind of just want to go for life linkers. This makes it for a little bit harder for them to block as well. They're going to have to block these guys. We're getting the 2 12/12s coming in. All right, blocks the Imara. That's fine. All right, gain life up to 6. They get a swing in for 4. Do they have the shock is the question. This was a little bit greedy, but we got more value and we actually have a chance of winning the game next turn. Yes! Whew. Oh, man. That was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Man, I don't know how we're pulling these ones off. Rakdos is a hard matchup for us, but apparently we... As long as you stick with it, we've been able to do it. All right, up against Sethra. Bring it on, Sethra. And we'd like to find a woodland champion. That's the other reason we're playing this. We just keep having hands that's like, oh, we don't not keep that. This one we may not keep. We are on the draw. We have Immortal to Glory. Like, we don't have a terrible hand here. But let's mulligan trying to find... There we go, woodland champion. So keep this. I'm actually going to go down the land. As weird as it sounds. But our hand is, like, beautiful right now. As long as everything survives, this is so good. And there we go. We found another land. All right, so Temple Garden tap, pass the turn. Turn 2, Woodland Champion. Hopefully it survives. All these Death Touchers are annoying, but we're going to have plenty of 1/1s to trade off. All right, Sun Petal Grove. Champion. Next turn, Temple Garden, raise the alarm. Amara, March the Multitudes. Ew. Yeah, no blocks. Down to 18. Alright, so Temple Garden tapped. Pass the turn. Wait until Priest of Forgotten Gods triggers, because I'm thinking they're going to fire that off to kill this champion. They can do it at any moment, though. Maybe I should have just played it on our turn. Desecrated Tomb is bad. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fire this in to make them sack here. Man, we want to get this Woodland Champion to work, but this also is going to be nice just to kill their guys here. So this is going to get rid of most of their board. All right, so makes us kill the Woodland Champion. That's fine. I mean, it's not amazing, but meh. Blast Zone is really good. In fact, it's almost good enough to not play anything here. But we also have Tendershoot Dryad on the next turn. So let's go Imara. And pass the turn. So March of the Multitudes, we can create 3 tokens if we wanted to. Get us closer to the Tendershoot Dryad going off for us. And having more stuff is a good counter for this Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Because we can sacrifice peoples all day long. So it might be the best play just to go wide, or they can. They're trying to get this to keep leaving the graveyard and creating bats. Got it. Yeah, so X2, create 3 because we tap Amara. Or we end up getting the City's Blessing even without it. I'm gonna be greedy. Ooh, Justani. Yep. That's pretty good. Alright, Tendershoot Dryad. Pass the turn. I mean, this March of Multitudes can be massive. And now we get City's Blessing. Unless they have targeted removal, which we haven't seen anything like that yet. Cruel Celebrant's annoying. But again, we can win through it. Virtue. Alright, kills the Tendershoot. Now we might need to get this to X2 just to kill these guys. Amara also dies that way, though. Alright, down to 15. Pass to my turn. Raise the alarm. All right, no attacks. We're gonna play the slow game. March the Multitudes and then swing in should be pretty close to just lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe they make us sacrifice something here, which is fine. Yep, soldier, that's fine. Knight of the Even Legion. Pretty good. We do have to be worried about this Cruel Celebrant going off too much. Like, if they get another Cruel Celebrant, the nice thing, though, is that we get to gain life with these guys, hopefully beforehand. That's the dream, at least. Our lifelinkers are pretty good here, too. All right, pass to my turn. Okay, Memorial to Glory. And pass. We have Raise the Alarm into March of the Multitudes. This just adds 2 mana for us, so it's perfect. We just go even more wide. And we'll be great. You can also just fire off the Blast Zone to kill all of these guys. Let's do this now. We get more stuff, technically, so... So, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Create a few tokens. Just a couple. Alright, sacrifice a creature. And they have to kill us this turn. They have enough to create another bat, so they can swing in for 2, sacrifice down to 2. They have exactly lethal. Dang it! I forgot about the extra guy coming back there. So let's see if they piece it together. And then they have another hit there. Please swing in with more than the Flyers. But they do have lethal here. We were just a little bit too slow. I needed to be swinging in with those lifelinkers. I was debating on it, but I wanted to get a little bit more value here. Yeah, that was a misplay. Yeah, good game. Oh man. We were pretty close to turning that around, and I'm not sure if there was a way to play that better. Like, seeing what they had beforehand, it's one of those, like, the issue I think I forget with Priest of Forgotten Gods is the 2 damage that she does every time, as well as other damage. And so that was a really good combo that they had going, where it was just kind of locking out the game for me. If I had another turn, could I turn the game around completely? Absolutely. Gaining I had like 11 lifelinkers, so I would have gained 22 life. Yeah, that would have been really good. Anyway, that's a bummer. So for the wrap up with this deck, I think it's powerful. I think there's some really fun things you can do with it. I feel like we ran into some really weird matchups, like things I don't typically see. I think if you are playing against more of like a control type of thing, this is actually a very resilient style of building it, where I think that you can maintain a pressure even against a control deck with this, because you go wide enough that the targeted removal that they have doesn't really work for them. And it's explosive enough to get them down to a low life total quick, and then you should be able to finish the game out just because you build the board so quickly and easily. And so I think that this deck actually has some power in it. We ran up against some really interesting matchups throughout this video, but we still did well, I think, against each one of them. Like, it's just like, oh, they found the things that we can't deal with. Or we would have turned the game around on the next turn. We just were 1 turn too slow on what we were doing, which I think I just made a mistake with that. It would have been better to get out all the lifelinkers and then maybe just play Trostani instead. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next one, and bye-bye.